To my term project, Carnegie Carrom. This is a game for Carrom board, basically. To get straight into it, this is my main menu. I have an option for 4-player. I have a training mode for 1-player. I have some parameters like powder level and striker mass. Basically, increasing the powder level will make the discs more smooth by decreasing the friction coefficient, and the striker mass, if it's more heavier, it's going to have more momentum and cause a larger impact on the discs and the coins. So first of all, I'm going to show you the training mode. Training mode can be used to just display the score, and the player can accumulate points. As you can see, I have an animation as it goes in, and I have physics with the collisions and everything. At the bottom, as soon as the coin is pocketed, it's added to the score, but it's also added to the bottom of the frame over here. And as you can see here, I can move my striker only within the legal area. If I was to move over a coin, then that's considered illegal, and as you can see, I can't shoot from here, and it goes sort of invisible, and whereas from here I can shoot. So here you can see, and one of the complex part of the game was the physics mainly. I had a lot of vectors and friction and so on. Let me go back and show you the 4-player mode now. Here, as you can see, we're into the 4-player mode. With 4 players, you can see we have 4 players and the scores are displayed. The turn is also updated at the bottom. So here the player 1 can take their turn, and I have another option that if I press the right arrow key, it can accelerate, kind of fast forward for the user. So now it's player 2's turn. Player 1 has scored 10 points. The white points are worth 20 and the black points are worth 10, as with the actual rules of Carrom. So as you can see, the angles and the friction and everything has been implemented. Now it's player 3's turn. Here, as you can see, it hits the coin at an angle and it's going to react according to that. I used a lot of momentum and impulse and conservation of momentum and a lot of equations for this. And I made this visual for the striker, this arrow. And as I showed earlier, there's an illegal position which is shown, another feature I added, which actually took quite a while to add. As you can see over here at the bottom, if I try to move the striker over a coin, it doesn't work. So there's that. Now let's go back and let's try to change something. If you make the powder level very low, for example, then as you can see, the coins don't move as much because the powder is supposed to make the game smoother. So this is one of the features I add for more customizability for the user and so on. And for example, if I make the striker mass very high and the powder level medium, you're going to see that the coins are going to move much more just because of the impact. And as you can see, I'm using the fast forward feature over here. And yeah, over here you can see again, I'm going to try and get this coin in. The red coin is also worth 50, and as you saw, there's a slight animation as they go in. And I've also included a feature whereby the coins are going to go in if they're tipping into the pocket to make it more realistic according to the physics. So basically that's that. I've showed you now the 4-player and the training mode and the different physics parameters I have. I hope you like my project, and thank you.